blame someone for developing a product. Like this product in a vacuum isn't the issue. The issue could possibly be that if you don't have an advisor advising you and showing you what your options are, you could be left thinking that, oh, this is just what IULs look like.
Right.
And when, as long as you're willing to go through underwriting, there may be a much better option for you.
Right. Next up, though, we've got something I'm really excited about. You can maybe see it up on the screen here. We're actually going to flip over to the computer real quick. The blood got boiling in the office the other day, fellas. I did ask them, and they both forgot. I asked them to bring some shooting, what do you call those?
Yeah, like earmuffs.
Earmuffs.
Ear protection.
Because I needed to talk to you guys straight. And what you probably haven't thought anything about this, but we've been doing these videos long enough, and we're pretty blunt and honest about the products that we see. If it's good, it's good. We say it's good, and if it's bad, we will say it's bad. And sometimes when we say things aren't good, we get cease and desist letters from carriers, and we'll get nasty attorney phone calls. That's okay. We're here for that.
And then we tell them where to put those papers.
That's right.
We feel like we're doing something right if we're making someone mad along the way.
That's right. There's a strong chance we get that today. With what we're looking at right here, which is Amplify. These aren't things that we search out and try and find, by the way. The only reason we know about Amplify is because someone watched a video on our channel, sent in an IUL policy for us to review, and it was this one. This is actually brand new this year. Behind the scenes, Amplify is underwritten by National Life. And so what they're trying to do, and we're going to walk through this process, is this kind of new age, tech-driven, very light touch IUL estimate, application, and purchase process. So I'm going to stop right there before we even go through it. What are your guys' feelings on a low-touch, quick, online-only IUL purchasing process?
If I'm trying to get paid, I freaking love it because it makes it sound easy. If I'm thinking about people buying an IUL, this might be the most complicated product that's out there.
Right.
And so I would want it to be high touch, high friction, lots of time before you can actually get one.
Yeah.
I don't want this to be an impulse buy.
Not to mention the fact that these, if you're buying an IUL for at least part of your reasoning being cash value growth and the tax favorableness of cash value in an IUL, well, one of the most important details of building that is a long-term approach that makes adjustments over time. Mm-hmm. We meet with our clients every single year. And those are important meetings because things happen in life. We need to make adjustments for it. Things happen in the products and the policies and the index options that we need to make adjustments for. We need to reallocate. If you just can quick go online and no touch,
bing, bang, boop.
No advisor, no guide, hundreds of problems can come up.
Right. So you're telling me that an IUL shouldn't be as easy to get as like term insurance?
No.
No, not at all.
Would it be surprising to you if that's what this is?
No, that wouldn't shock me at all.
Let's just take
it's a shame, but
let's just take a look. Let's just get an estimate.
I mean, I love the idea.
Let's get an estimate. Why am I looking for life insurance? Yep, I want to. It's already had it pre-selected for me. I'll just do what they say. Tax advantaged income. What's mine? Oh, okay, I get the answer. Investment risk tolerance, moderate. I'll go right in the middle. Date of birth. I'm going to make this up so you guys can't. You can find out all the information about me online anyway, but I'm still going to make it up.
Why are you using my birthday?
You were born in the 1900s.
Can you believe it?
That's what my kids say.
Yeah, that's wild.
I am male, yes. We're in Woodstock, Georgia, so we'll just see what we got here. I'm just going to put in a number here. $100 is not going to cut it, though. Do 100,000. Okay, what do I want to contribute monthly? Well, we talk about this a lot. If you're not willing to put $500 a month into an IUL, you need to turn around and go into something different until you're ready to do that. It is a fee-loaded product on the front end, so you got to make sure some dollars like get into the accumulation value. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna go minimum of what we would ever recommend, which would be $500 per month. I am a U.S. citizen. I am employed. I'm happily married, was not in the military, not traveling.
Man, so they're like taking you down the application
Yep.
here.
I'm definitely. I am going to Alaska, but I don't think
Count.
doesn't
We're
count.
trying to get insurance.
Okay, sorry. I can just tell them what I want, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna.
I thought for a second 5 feet was the
5 feet.
tallest you could be.
I'm like in between 5'9", 5'10", so I'm definitely rounding up there. What products have you used? None.
Wow, they're really taking you down the whole app here.
Yep. I'm healthy as can be.
Talk about assuming the close.
Healthy as I can be.
Like, you're
healthy
ready
as
to
I
go.
can be. Yep. I don't do any of these things. I'm a none for sure. Let's put this.
Craig's a none.
Craig's a none.
I like that.
N-U-N.
I can't spell. If you want to email me, that's my email. You can do that.
You can send him happy birthday on January 15th.
Yeah, that'll make me happy.
Yeah.
It'll be a surprise, too, because it's not my birthday. Okay. We did that in like just a couple minutes. Crunching some numbers. All right. My recommended IUL policy, $468 per month. Going to start a death benefit at $350,000. I've already seen this, but here's what's really here's something kind of fun. Matt, can you read that? What is it saying it's basing this growth
The only
on?
thing that I can see is 8.16% IRR is what I see but yeah, sure. Most of a permanent policy's premium goes into the tax efficient cash account and generates interest that
Gotcha.
can outpace even an equivalent traditional investment fund. Not true. What are they saying? Generates interest that can outpace even an equivalent traditional investment fund. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
There are no guarantees, of course, but based on $468 a month in 20 years, historical returns of 8.16%. I also see that it has a high ceiling, often 8% over there on the left.
Yep.
So that internal rate of return of 8.16 would be theoretically impossible. That's interesting. I also noticed the death benefit looks pretty high.
It is high. We know that. We've seen thousands and thousands. We know that that's incredibly high for this aged person. And so pretty slick, right? Nice
I
and
like
easy.
it.
I mean,
I wish it
looks
was that
cool.
easy.
Looks cool, feels cool.
I want this to be a great product. Is it a great product?
Let's find out. Boom. Illustration.
This is me.
Here we
Yep.
go.
Okay, so we really want to dive down into page 9, 10, and 11, Matt, just to help get you where you're going. Because when we look at these products, we're really looking at a few different things. We want to see index options. We want to see loans. Welcome to the club, the IUL club. Shades on in the club. Keep on going.
Okay, I'm just trying to make sure I'm not missing anything. I want to see some stuff.
There we go. We're getting close.
Death benefit options. Okay.
All right.
You stop
Boom.
here? Okay, this is
Ooh,
9.
Yeah.
All right, so we've made it to the index. I can't say options. We've made it to the index option.
There's one.
Indexed account. There's no S on the end of that.
Correct.
There's one thing that hopefully is standing out to everyone.
But it
by
has
now.
one here. Maybe they'll add one in the future.
Oh, they won't have to edit the document.
That's right.
What was the assumed annual rate of return, like average return that they talked
on that
about?
previous screen, they said 8.16% historical internal rate of return. I don't want to get the language wrong.
Yep.
You should go there yourself and
Yep.
see what
Yeah,
they say.
sure.
Yep.
But
I
I
just-
think it said 8.16 IRR.
All
Yeah.
right. So the cap, as I'm seeing here, is 9.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the best you can possibly do. I don't care if the S&P is up 50% in a given year, you're going to get 9. That's the top you can possibly get. And they assumed, again, I don't want to get the verbiage right, but just for conversation's sake, that you average an 8.16 for like 20 years.
Well,
I
I'm
think
sure
they
they're
said.
not assuming that on this illustration, but that was what the sales kind of,
Well, right. But
whatever that was.
this is the point of
Whatever that was.
low friction, low touch,
Yeah.
jump from here to there. That's what you get is assumptions and kind of in
Whatever
between
that was
gray
did
area.
say 8.16.
Okay, interesting.
So on that index, one, they only had one, which
Yeah.
is a no-no.
Yep.
We want options. Second, so you said a 9% cap. Good, bad, ugly.
I mean, it's low compared to the rest of the
Yeah.
industry.
What's next? Next page.
No, the bad I was just saying is that you assume an 8% plus.
I'm just
rate of
saying I
return.
love Amplify. I think they're great. Okay, what else do we want to talk about? Fixed account 4.5. I mean, that's not bad. That's, up there with some of the others in the industry. Policy charges. Okay. So we've got a 6% premium load. That's not terrible. It's in the ballpark. They've got a specified amount. Okay, so they got a per face fee or per unit charge, typical. Policy fee, typical. Cost of insurance, very typical. I'm surprised to see this, though. Monthly so these are the charges. These are the charges, it looks like. Policy charges, asset-based charge. I'm actually shocked that they would have an asset-based charge. An asset-based charge on a policy that has one index with a low cap, relatively low cap compared to the rest of it. That kind of shocks me. It doesn't even matter what the charge is. That kind of shocks me.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. We got loans. Okay, so they got obviously your fixed loans. They got index loans. Do they?
I don't know. Do
No.
they?
So they
No.
don't tell you what the rate is. Maybe this is just a flaw in the.
Well, here's what I know is
the
this
document?
was an illustration sent to us for someone. So that's the information they've been given to make their
Interesting.
decision.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, that's concerning.
Yeah.
I would want to know. But the fact that there's two, current and guaranteed, tells me that maybe those aren't the same.
Right. Yeah.
A lot of times if it's the same, it'll just say guaranteed rate
Right.
instead of what's the current rate, what's the guaranteed rate.
Yep.
So that's something to maybe ask a question about.
Right. Yep. Yep.
Interesting. I am curious what rate of return. Okay, riders.
What's been assumed?
They got the riders on there. That's great. Great. It's not a mech, which it shouldn't be. Why would it be? What I want to know is what's the assumed rate of return on this policy, on this product? 100% into the indexed account. This has a lower death benefit than yours did, Craig. So for whatever reason, you got a worse deal. Okay, 5.79. So there you go.
Okay, way better than
So
you would have
now
gotten
we're
for
actually in the ballpark. But if I'm somebody who saw that sales page and I'm looking for a quick, down and dirty, fast, easy, no friction, I might already have my policy before I even notice, wait, 5.79. I thought it was 8.16.
Right.
What happened?
Right.
So
Yeah.
that's a problem.
And that's really what, again, shining a light on something is the underlying product. Maybe you can design it in a way that would be, it'd be okay. You're paying for the efficiency that comes through the process. But from the jump, being able to come online, have a slick kind of sales process that walks you through, makes it feels like you're answering some good qualifying questions. You get to the end of the page. I'll just switch over here to it. And see if you qualify is going to take me straight into what seems to be an application process, right? It's going to ask me to verify it and go right into, you can see it up here in this little progress bar. Next step is to apply.
Wow. That's crazy.
And so...
can you go back to my iPad real quick?
Yeah.
Which is actually your iPad.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm seeing here, 48,000 in premium. We're not even close to a break even.
Yeah, after 10 years.
After 10 years.
Yeah.
We do get there in 20, barely, 96 and 112. But that's based on, that's based on the 5.79 and a 9% cap, which I don't know. So the break even's probably what in here? 14, 15, 16, 17. I don't want to do the math.
Yeah.
You don't do math live.
Right. Bad news.
That's just.
So the problem is, let's just be clear. You can't blame someone for developing a product. Like this product in a vacuum isn't the issue. The issue could possibly be that if you don't have an advisor advising you and showing you what your options are, you could be left thinking that, oh, this is just what IULs look like.
Right.
And when, as long as you're willing to go through underwriting, there may be a much better option for you.
Right. And we were talking in the office when we were looking at this. Look, there's coming a day and age with technology and all the things that can be done on the fly, AI, and very intelligent. It's going to be able to make these processes seem very slick, easy, and understandable. And it, just like what you see here. And at the end of the day, what we would advise anyone out there in the IUL space, and you can check us on this with all the videos that we post, and you can check this, anybody that's ever attempted to even work with us, whether they have or have not, they will always see multiple options from different carriers, different products, trying to achieve the same thing. So if you can walk away from this segment with anything at all, it is this. If it's really easy and you've only seen one thing, turn around and go find someone else that will show you multiple things. This is not a product that you should rush into. It's not a product that should be slick and sold, marketed, and applied online in one step, in minutes. So there it is, new to us. We saw it just this past week come in and just wanted to shine a light on it.
I really wish it was awesome.
Yeah.
I wish it had really high caps, no asset-based charges. I wish they specified the fixed participating loan provision, but none of that's true.
They didn't do that.
No.